Damn.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
That was quick, yo. That was record time. Actually, you came in the fastest, actually,
Well,
of
I was
everybody.
waiting.
See, that's what I'm talking about, people, ladies and gentlemen. Like someone down by the interview, waiting on Bob to hit him up so we can get things started. We get things rolling.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So,
Yeah.
how you doing today? How has your week been?
I'm going through it as best as I can.
Duh. What is it? You've been very busy or just crazy?
Yeah, life has been equally as beautiful as it's been harsh.
Mm. You say you've been getting the 50-50 booking per se.
Yeah. Hey, at least I'm getting 50 of it,
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
Oh yeah. Nah, I mean, don't get it twisted. It's been shoot, long 2 weeks for me. So between my 9 to 5 and working doubles out of the blue because people want to quit the job.
Yeah.
Just funny because yes, porn stars do have 9 to 5s, people.
Yeah, of course.
We
It
have
is
multiple
definitely like
hustles.
that.
Yeah, most definitely. And
It's more
you
like
are
a
go ahead.
12 like 24/7. Just let's be real.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. So because with you, you have multiple hustles in this.
Yes.
For what I can see, you a film dom. Of course, you and for what I've seen, you also you do porn, actually, boy, girl, and all that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, mm. See, this is damn shame. I miss all the girls that I would love to work with by meeting them after I done retired. I swear. Funny how things go. Yeah, cause I would look at your pictures and everything, and yo, I'm feeling it. Real. You and how long you been doing adult film? How long you been doing the filming side of things? We'll get you the other
Um
stuff.
well, I mean, I didn't even start by doing it for this. I just was like, "Hey, people are watching me do fun things that I really love that like this is so beautiful. I can't like just keep it for myself." So, I just started doing it because it was fun. And then it got viral, and then I was doxxed, and then it just exploded.
No doubt.
So,
So,
yeah, I don't even know how many years that would be now. Maybe like
oh my good.
four, four
Mm-hmm.
years.
4 years. Okay.
Content making. Yeah, but before that, I
Content
did a
making
lot
and,
of other stuff that didn't involve content.
mhm. So you've been in the sex work trade for how many years?
I don't know. Maybe like 8, maybe more. I mean, I don't know what you qualify that as. I mean, I've been
I
around
mean,
it,
Dom,
grown
because
up in
like
it.
with like put it this way, like with you being in the film Dom, you do paid sessions.
Yes. Okay. So first paid session. Okay, maybe like 7 years ago.
Okay. See, it's a difference between I'm a Dom and I'm doing it even though I'm a Dom
Right.
versus I'm a Dom, I love doing it, but also these fuckers pay me. You feel me, for a
Yes.
session. And it's not a tribute. It's not a tribute. You get what I'm coming
Right.
from?
Mm-hmm.
Period. See, I know I'm a Dom too, so I know. I'm
Yeah.
in the lifestyle too. We fellow
I love it.
Doms. Dom made Dom. Hello, how you doing? Let me do my particulars and get this thing rolling, okay?
Yes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for anyone who's trying to start their own podcasting career. All you got to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm on your laptop or iPad and set up a profile today. You can start podcasting today. You can monetize those episodes and get that money today, and it's for free. So go to anchor.fm or download the app. Hello, I am Kavanaugh, the Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star, your wonderful and gracious host. You know what it is. You can find my porn, music, and I coming very soon, people. You can find me on social media, and you can find all these links with one link. allmylinks.com /porn rap star. So go check it out and find me everywhere in one place. Also, we are sponsored, loved by, and been sponsored from damn near the beginning of this podcast, going on almost a year. I'm talking about lsworld.com, the Facebook of the LS community people. I'm talking about go get a profile. You can mingle with like-minded people like yourself. Wherever it doesn't matter your level of experience, they got it all there. And you might can find an event you might could attend to kind of, get yourself out there in there. So go to lsworld.com, get yourself a profile, start your adventure in the lifestyle today. And we are a proud member of the GW District Black Podcast Network. I'm talking about podcasts giving you different spectrums of the ebony experience. And plus, while you're there, you can get some shopping done from over 500 retailers. So go to shopgwdistrict.com. Buy black, support black businesses, build a black economy so we can create generational wealth. Now I'm about to be quiet and let this sexy mistress introduce herself.
Hello. I am the Fetish Fairy Domme.
Most definitely. So, see, I done messed up. I said Godmother. So now you got to make me change the damn cover.
Oh, no, it's still Godmother. I have a lot of aliases.
So what, first of all, before we even get to the point, what got you into the lifestyle? What got you to become a Dom?
I think I just was born this way. They drew me like this.
I like that.
I was exhibiting a lot of kinky things from a very young age. And I grew up and was never told what's right and wrong. So I just did whatever felt good. And that led me here.
Okay. So when was the day that you officially became a Dom? Because we are. When we said, I'm a Dom, I want slave, I want worship.
Okay, so.
Meaning you won't playing around with it no damn more. Put it that way.
So the second I knew this was my thing was the person that actually took my virginity is someone that I'm really close to still. And we just always hit it off really well. So when it comes to, we taught each other how to do these things when we were younger. So when we grew up, we were each other's confidant when it came to this. And we constantly practiced throughout our whole lives. And so when I said I wanted to try this, he's like, well, since I've been your teacher, you've been my teacher, I'll be the student this time and you do whatever you feel you're supposed to. And I took over and I have never looked back.
Most definitely.
And he was like, yep, go do that. Yep, you're going to do it.
So what did y'all exactly do?
So I started with making him get on his knees. And he was surprised to like feel compelled to do that. And yeah, I got him in a very vulnerable position. He was on all fours and it was natural, it was sensual, it was very like not doom and gloom. It was very bubbly and fun. Like he couldn't help himself. He was just hypnotized. And I got him to do whatever I wanted, but with giggles. And so yeah.
Oh. And having that power and him giving that submission, how did he make you feel mentally?
I mean, well, since he's the person who taught me so much about myself sexually, I looked at him like he was a god, like for a long time, because he was my teacher. He was a lot to me. And then having him bend the knee and allow me to do what I needed to do, like I'm topping the person who tops me, who controlled me, who created me. It just felt very like rewarding. And it was exactly who I should have done it with the first time. And it was beautiful. And here we are.
Yeah.
And
which is crazy because y'all learned how to be switches without even realizing it. That's the crazy part.
Exactly.
So moving further along, when did it become professional?
Okay, so living in Boston,
She's in Boston.
Yep, Boston.
I've been there. I like Boston.
It's beautiful. Very, very beautiful.
I was in Revel. I was in Revel and on the outskirts on Brockton.
Oh wow, yeah,
So
Brockton's nice.
yeah, yeah, great mall if it's still there.
I don't think
It's,
so.
I,
I think it died.
it been some years, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I I obviously was very kinky, but I didn't know it. And
Mm-hmm.
somebody that came to me asking me to dominate them because they felt like I had that in me, and I was like, I do, but it's funny you see it because I don't express that with a lot of people. So
Mm-hmm.
she was like, "Well, I want you to be my mommy dom." So we played, and it was so much fun, and I
Mm-hmm.
was so happy, and I felt at home. And she's great on this website, and so I signed up and I checked it out, and it was like I woke up in a world that saw me for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and when I got there, they loved me for like
Mm-hmm.
I never had a community say, "Wow, you're amazing," and that
Mm-hmm.
was really welcoming, and I felt at home. So I was able to express myself without having to restrict anything, and that made me thrive. And it grew so much that people were offering me crazy amounts of money to like massage my feet. So I was like, okay, let me give this a try. And I reached out to this school that used to teach DOMs,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to go,
Mm-hmm.
but the circumstances just didn't make it for that. So instead, we did online, like just discussions and trying to, any questions I had, I asked him. And
Mm-hmm.
it's funny because now he's a submissive and he was like, please dominate me. Like, if there's one person on this planet, it's you. And this is a person who's done
Mm-hmm.
this for ages. And I was like, you want me to be your dom when you teach doms? Like, that's insane. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't even believe that. Uh, but he said that
Yeah,
I
you're a
did
powerful
things.
woman.
Yeah, he said it's because it was refreshing because it was such a like
Mm-hmm.
when you look at me, it's funny. A lot of people think I'm very tall when I meet them. They're like, "Wow, you're so short," and I'm like, "Well, sometimes you can project your character and personality, and I guess I do that through my pictures because they think I'm an 8 foot tall woman, you know."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
See, it like I told a girl, she was 5'1". I said, I thought you might be tall. She said, no, I'm short. I said, no, you just cast your big shadow. Because some people just have big personalities and
yeah,
dominating personalities.
yep.
When they come in the room, you pay attention. And that seems like that's you to a big extent, what have you.
Yeah, well, I do things very differently. I'm a dom who will have space buns, who
Mm-hmm.
will like giggle and will make you do whatever she wants while she's eating French macaroons or cute little candies. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't always. You don't always have to dominate with fear and pain and anger.
No.
You can dominate just fine
Mm-hmm.
with a laugh or with a attitude or with a
Mm-hmm.
tone. And it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to be, it can be bubbly. I could say the cruelest things while I'm laughing.
Yeah.
And it scares men, I guess.
Yeah. Because even with my pay pig, when I have to what I'm saying, recommend him, I do it in a calm voice, period.
Yeah.
And but every now and then I might raise my voice just to see what his thing is. You know what I'm saying? To see
Hmm.
to his loyalty and how pitiful he feels as a slave.
Hmm.
Because what a lot of people don't understand too, the difference between a slave and a sub. Can you break that down to people?
Okay, so a slave is someone who has completely given over their life to you. Um, a sub is somebody that you have, but hasn't given up their life for you.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel. I see it.
So why do people get the two mixed up?
Because there's so much misinformation out there and
Mm-hmm.
wrong wrong attitudes towards things. I mean, for example,
Mm-hmm.
I just posted on my TikTok uh, this morning
Mm-hmm.
how there's a difference between a dominatrix and an escort. And an escort can be a
Mm-hmm.
dominatrix, but a dominatrix doesn't always have to be an escort. And if you don't know
True.
the difference, you are making us very unsafe because when you come to a dominatrix who doesn't offer full contact or
Mm-hmm.
doesn't offer full service and you're expecting
Yeah.
that, like if they don't know the difference, like we're
Mm-hmm.
confused as to why they're confused.
But
Or
see,
they get violent
but
like
the reason why it's like that is because one, everybody want to be a sex worker.
Mm-hmm.
And when you put all the genres of sex work into one category, saying sex work,
Mm-hmm.
that mistakes happen.
Exactly.
So many girls they claim to be film dom, but they actually are just straight up escorts. They just doing it trying to get that film dom money, or try to get that domination money, and they're not a domination anyway.
And they're really making it unsafe for us because guys get really upset when we even when we put up all the safeguards, they still think that they're
Mm-hmm.
entitled to our bodies, and then they get
Mm-hmm.
upset. And it's like, I already said my boundaries. I already told you. You agreed, and now you really think that I was just saying that? And it's
Mm-hmm.
clearly because other people do that, and it's not fair to that's why there's a distinction. That's why it's a whole other title. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like if you want to be somebody who wants to support what we do, they really have to understand that this is why we use those labels. It's to keep ourselves
Mm-hmm.
safe. It's to make a distinction, and it's so that everybody is aware of what the situation is.
Boom, mic drop. Than I could ever say it, because that's the reason why I don't like the term sex worker.
That's
It's not,
specific. I agree.
yeah, because when you do that, yes, it does cause confusion. When it causes confusion, problems happen.
Yeah, danger
You know,
happens, violence happens.
yeah,
It's
that's
bad.
the reason why y'all girls got to post. I don't do meetups, but you're a sex worker. But you quick to say I'm a sex worker, hashtag sex worker, but then say I don't do meetups. Guess what? Because you being lumped with the prostitutes, they think that you do. They think you do everything that everybody do.
And hey, there's
Period.
nothing wrong with full contact sex. Like, there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with that. But I think that because it's a spectrum and it definitely isn't just one blanket statement, we need
yeah.
to really like learn. So I'm using my platforms to teach, because if I teach, then more women will be safe, more men. It's just all around. It's better to have more information be put out there, and not just saying, "Oh, this is fun," because there is activism that comes to it. Because our
Mm-hmm.
work is so stigmatized that we have to become activists, every single one of us. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
teaching and not bringing awareness, you're doing it wrong. You're
Oh
doing it
yeah.
wrong.
Oh yeah, most definitely. So when did you start doing boy girl content?
Well,
And
okay.
the other question is, what level have you done it? Meaning, have you shot with a major company? Have you shot with major talent? Are you basically just keeping it to not necessarily amateur style, but not necessarily professional talent?
Well, I mean, so I think we all can see that it's becoming a model run industry now. So
Yeah.
there's models out there who completely do not work uh, with any professionals, and they just
Yeah.
do it themselves, and they're sustaining their lives and great raising followings. I i i want to mix the two. I just shot recently with Blush Entertainment, and it was
Shout out to
amazing.
Blush.
Yeah, I love them. I worked with Princess Dandy, and she's amazing, and I look forward to working more with her.
Mm-hmm.
um and I think that it's to put themselves on the map, because we have the ability to film here. It's legal.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a
Mm-hmm.
lot of us are getting together, and we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna rev it up. And so
Mm-hmm.
I think both of them are part of that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so I shot for the first time professionally. Everything else has been, in the beginning, it was just me filming my day to day. I have a very huge appetite outside of what I
Mm-hmm.
do for work. So my
Mm-hmm.
regular life itself is just like like you could put a camera and people would watch because they do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how I have my career.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just me posting like my real sex, like, that I did. It was home movies. It was small clips of
Mm-hmm.
what I was up to. And then
Mm-hmm.
I started actually taking it seriously and listening to my fans and working with them to create some awesome experiences
Mm-hmm.
for people, because it's way more than just like a video. It's a whole experience. I don't take out the routine of cleanup, of prep work. I don't take out all of the check-ins, consent, none of that. All of that is included because that is real. That is actually
Mm-hmm.
what, like, because the problem is I'm seeing that a lot of people think sex is just, throwing it in a hole and that's it. And it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa, 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 whoa. And it's because all they see in mainstream porn is a lot of stuff that doesn't even look comfortable. And it's like, if it's
Mm-hmm.
real, if people are actually doing this because they love it,
Mm-hmm.
then, those people at home that want to try it see a version that is
But
how
see,
it is.
even though you do, let's just say amateur content, as they
Mm-hmm.
might will call it looks professional. You get what I'm coming from? Because to
Yes.
me, professional is how you shoot it, and the
Yes.
equipment is not necessarily the scene. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
you take pride in your work. How important is it to people to take pride in their work and plus evolve within their work?
Right. I mean, that's super important. They've been watching me grow and become more, for them, more professional. I mean, I own a small business. I produce porn. I produce my own porn right now, just
Mm-hmm.
mine. Maybe in the future
Mm-hmm.
more. Who knows? I don't close doors to things. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you're right. You're right. I grew
Mm-hmm.
into it being professional because of the dedication I'm putting towards it. And I feel like I get a lot of comments about how, like, oh, I can't help but watch you because you look like you're having the best day of your whole entire life. And I'm like, well, in that moment I am. You're watching that really
Mm-hmm.
actually happen. I'm really enjoying myself. Like, that's me without a filter.
So when you shot with blush, what were the differences in how you shot before and your shoot with blush?
I mean, well, I shoot POV.
Mm-hmm.
I shoot with angles that are um, just me, so more selfie oriented. And
Mm-hmm.
blush, I mean, I was shocked because I'd never seen myself that angle because I'm always taking it like
From
I'm being watched. Yeah, so I was shocked. I couldn't believe that was me in the video.
and you
I was like,
killed it,
wow, I
didn't you?
look
And you
so
killed.
good.
You were like, damn, I was killing that shit.
Yeah.
You were popping your collar.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was impressed with myself and the whole production. I mean, they're amazing. Every little detail of what they're doing, I am so
Mhm.
excited uh, that they exist. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to filming more. It was just to see myself in a professional setting, already compared to what I was doing at home, is it was good. So that's why I say I'm 50-50. I want to do my own, but I also want to be shot because
See.
some things I can't do by myself.
Yeah. Yeah,
I need help.
because I'm sorry as an advocate of this, good to have a cameraman. Because what you
Absolutely, absolutely.
because I'm sorry, I got totally spoiled for 15 years dealing with my cameraman.
Yes.
Because I was able to have both POV scenes and I did role play with when he came, I did role play. We didn't do straight fuck because I was like, nah, I got the cameraman. We gonna do some shit. You gonna wear some outfits and stuff. So
Hmm.
and I see you also do that even within your own stuff. You keep variety.
Oh, of
You
course.
try to change it up. What process that you go through when you come up with your scenes?
Well, I am neurodivergent, so I see things a little differently. But I'll try to tap into
Hold,
the
hold, hold on, hold on. I
POV.
like that. She said I'm neurodivergent.
Yes, yes, it means I
Okay,
have
go ahead.
a different way of looking at the world that is a lot more colorful and full.
Sound like me, but go ahead.
So basically, I when I think of things, it's like a movie in my head. So you know how in the movies you see like the reels and like the they put out pictures of what it's gonna look like. That's what I do in my mind, and then I work on it. Like in the
Mhm,
background noise, because I can have multiple things going at the same time. One of my streams of energy goes because I it's like I have a million tabs open on a computer. That's how my brain
mhm,
works. So one of the tabs is while I'm living my day-to-day life, it's working on this is how it's going to go, this is how it's going to say. Sometimes in the shower I'll script things in my head. And so when I
mhm.
finally am ready, I just turn on the camera and it's I don't know if you've seen Sucker Punch, but I just perform.
Yeah, I know you're talking about movies.
Me too. Okay, so it's
I
like baby
related to
doll.
it big time. Yeah, but
Yeah.
go ahead.
It's like baby doll, you know, when she dances, she doesn't even remember what she was doing. It was like she was in
Yeah.
another world.
She goes,
That's
yeah,
me.
literally,
I
yeah.
don't when I people ask me all the time, how many takes did that take? I don't need to do many takes because it's just I start, I know where I'm going, I know that the end game, and then I get
Mhm.
there. And then yeah, I look at my videos a lot and I'm like, who is that? Like it feels so strange because it didn't feel like I just did that when I watch it.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, sometimes you amaze yourself when you watch it back. Because I done that a couple times, like, damn, I did that. I did a
Right?
helicopter. When did I do
Wait,
helicopter? I don't remember that shit because you just black. It's not that you black out in the bad sense. It's black out as in because it's you hit that zone
hey, I
when
always
you're
see it
filming.
like you know how you have to test your products before you release them. Well, if
Yeah.
it turns you on, if you can disconnect from the fact that it's you and enjoy it for what it is and get turned on by it, then you did it good. You did it good.
Most definitely. So I know I would have enjoyed working with you because I could tell that you probably a nasty freak, probably a good fuck in the whole nine. Because see, we about to get to the meat of this one. I've been
Okay,
waiting for this.
I'm ready. I'm so ready.
You a pegger. You a peg
Yes.
Bundy. See, now I've noticed that pegging has now started to become a normalized a little bit.
Yes.
Um, and a lot more men are coming forward saying that they're willing to be pegged. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
And I know it's just a lot of black men.
Yes. Okay, I have a few comments on this topic
Go ahead.
specifically. First and foremost, I can't wait for the day where it's just anal. Where it's just
Mm-hmm.
anal.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all it is. It's anal and it shouldn't have any connotations to it. It's just anal. Like any other anal. But also, I love that we're getting to a point in society where men feel comfortable to open up about their feelings, especially
Mm-hmm.
black men. It makes me so
Mm-hmm.
excited that they feel the room to be able to not be judged, and they're coming out of the woodwork and understanding that that's okay and normal, and it doesn't turn you into anything. You just like the feeling, and you should like the feeling. That is where your G spot is. So like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, absolutely, yes, you will have fantasies. Yep, that's normal as hell. It doesn't make you anything or less or more, nothing. It just feels good. It just feels good.
Yeah, because see, the biggest question: if a man gets pegged, does it make him gay?
No.
And I tackled the topic before, which I feel the same way. It's not because what is gay? What is homosexuality? You having sex with the same species, the same sex. So if
Mm-hmm.
you in the ass, you're not technically having sex with the same sex. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Explain from your viewpoint, your theory, your philosophy to my face why the thought that a man getting fucked in that or even a gay act is kind of hypocritical.
Yes. I don't like that
Oh, hold on,
idea
before you say
because
that, I don't do pegging for anybody. Not because I think it's gay. It's just I'm my asshole is exit only unless it's a tongue. Go ahead.
okay, so I mean, why is the G spot there? First of all,
Mm-hmm.
if it's there, then that means that it is to be used. Why not? If it feels good,
Mm-hmm.
that's all that should be a thought about that. It shouldn't go any further
Mm-hmm.
because it doesn't need to go any further. It is. I mean, girls enjoy it. Like what's the big deal? It's just another way to enjoy the body of the person that you're with.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so, I mean, what are they really saying when they're saying, "Oh, it's gay if a woman pegs you"? Why is that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you asked that question? Like, why do they feel like that? Is
See,
it
I have a
because
theory. I have a theory, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Is it because men are so like in their feelings about having a woman have be in charge? Is it that?
Mm-hmm.
Do they
Mm-hmm.
is it to them that portion of it? Because
Mm-hmm.
why else would they be upset? Like
No,
what?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. It was funny. See, I tell women this all the time. Think simple, dumb, and caveman.
It's so good to hear a man
There's
say that. I wish
no
I could high
disrespect.
five you right
And
now.
any man that get mad at that, fuck you, because you know I'm telling the guy because it's not that complicated.
Mm-mm.
Because a man gets fucked in the ass by another man, which is the normal way for two men to have sex with each other. Because a woman is using a phallus to fuck him in the ass, they associate that with gay. They're not looking at what's attached to the phallus, they're looking at the phallus.
And
You get what I'm
that's
coming
really
from?
silly. Because
Now,
okay, so if I put my fingers in a butt, does that make the butt gay?
but see, no. I agree with you. But like I said, think about this. You're talking about Neanderthal thoughts.
Yep. No, absolutely.
And oh, by the way, did we not forget Christianity and Islam? I don't give a fuck. Y'all can get mad all you want to.
Yeah, that
I did a
all
whole
is
show
really
about that with
silly.
homosexuality and religion. Yeah, I don't even want to go there. Go back and listen. But but the point being is it's that old mentality. That's why I always
Yep.
say people won't change, but they don't really want to change.
Yeah.
And that includes mentality.
Well, I have something to say.
Go ahead.
Whatever man that says that that's gay, listen, a lot of alphas, the alphas of the alphas, like the guys that that believe they're sharks in the game,
Mm-hmm.
they come to me because I tell them it's okay and they're curious. I don't know why they need to bash it, but then come to
Mm-hmm.
me, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because that's I do actively help people process that because when they come
Mm-hmm.
to me and ask these things and have these thoughts, I don't feel okay letting them walk out with those mentalities. So I definitely like
Mm-hmm.
do the work
Mm-hmm.
to change that in them because it's actually like them asking me for permission, like
Mm-hmm.
because that's what they think they need. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the first timers that come to me afterwards, they say, "Oh, I'm not gay," and I'm like, "But that's not what this is. It just feels nice." Like
It's
I
sex.
think,
It's different. You coming in a different way than you would normally come.
yeah, I mean, think
That's
about
what it is.
this, right? Men are in charge all day, every day, have every responsibility on their backs. Not all of them, but some of them are this way. And when do they let go? When do they feel like they're not in charge, which is a release? It feels good. It feels so good
Mm-hmm.
to not be in control all the time. And it's a good way to just get out of your own body and get into like subspace or that space where
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to worry so much all the time because I feel like a lot of men are worried constantly and they just play it off like they're not, and so that pressure just builds and builds and builds. And maybe
Mm-hmm.
if they got they maybe if anal was involved to release some pressure, they'd feel better and they could manage and balance their life better. And I'm not saying that
Cause
like
see,
to
mm-hmm.
be to be a wise ass. I'm being serious.
Mm-hmm.
Let go,
So
guys. Feel something
how many
or feel
how
nothing.
many how many chairs have you busted?
I lost count, but my goal when I first started was 5,000.
Okay, then take us through how you do an anal virgin.
First of all, we have a lot of talks. They're usually very, very nervous. They ask me a billion questions, but I have a very calming attitude. Somebody told me that I was like their big sister and their grandmother at the same time. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, those are comfortable feels. So obviously, I talk to them very like blunt. I go through the process. I take my equipment out purposely as I'm talking to them so they can watch me do the ritual of the setup of the things that I will need.
Mm-hmm.
Explain as I'm taking stuff out what each thing is so they're so informed. And I tell them, okay, I'm going to be fingering you first, just to see how big can, I guess you would call it a shoe fitting,
Mm-hmm.
some sort of shoe fitting.
Oh God.
So I evaluate also because, okay, sometimes I can't peg everybody because sometimes people have bumps that are. I've sent a few people to go get their colon checked, and
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, they had some issues that I'm glad that I found it first, and they didn't just go out their lives with that. So
See,
it's like a
see, see.
prostate
She's actually giving these guys a prostate exam. But go ahead.
yes. Well, I think you have to. You have to
Yeah.
evaluate the situation. See what,
Mm-hmm.
because some guys are really tight and some guys are not. And so you need to know these informations so that you can provide the best experience. Because it doesn't matter if it's anal for women or men. This goes for both ways. Like, women need to take it slow. They need to know that they need to use a lot of lube. You have to be very sensual. Like, you should make sure that they feel comfortable. I use an injector so that it's easy and it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
hurt. um I go through the whole process. I touch a
Mm-hmm.
lot of their body, because it's all about the mind. It's
Mm-hmm.
not about the body so much as like calming down the mind and trusting a person. If you don't trust a person, it's not going to be a great time. And
Mm-hmm.
luckily, I have never had to stop because they didn't trust me. It's more like I'd have to stop because there was something that was in the way and something was unhealthy, or somebody was so nervous that, or their sphincter wasn't just big. Some people are
Mm-hmm.
not. It you can't just put anything in there. I have tiny, tiny little pinky sized toys that I've used in
Mm-hmm.
sessions, and that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. Um, but yeah, you have to be very gentle.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, condoms on all your toys. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to make sure that you are checking in the beginning. You have to say, are you okay? Does that hurt? You have to watch for how their body reacts, if they start
Now,
sweating, if they're twitching, the
now,
noises that
here's the
they
question:
make.
the ones that are more experienced with it,
Yeah, you
how
have
raw
to
do
do
you
it
get it?
that way, or
How,
else it's abuse.
how with, for the ones that are more experienced, how hot and heavy do it get?
I pulverize
Like,
them.
like you be pulling their hair.
I
Then you
okay.
slap them on the ass. Then you slap them on the ass.
Well, those kinds of that kind of anal is different because these are people that are asking to be demolished,
Yeah.
and so I do.
Mm-hmm.
I I take out all of my frustrations. It's so cathartic for me. So they say
Mm-hmm.
go at it. Like, you don't need to stop. You don't need to worry. Like,
Yeah.
go ahead. And literally, like, reduce them down to nothing. I've put my
Mm-hmm.
boot on someone's back and just gone to town. Like,
She did
it's
the
fun.
boot on the back, push him down, maneuver doggy. Oh God! Please tell me you got that on camera.
I
That was
I
a
it's a, what do they call those? An animated GIF. Like,
yeah.
it's a GIF.
That shit. Cause I did that to a chick, and the image picture wise is priceless.
Yes, yes,
That
yes,
is
yes. I got to do that
priceless.
again.
That is priceless. Most
Remind me to
definitely.
post that
So,
on my kinky profile tonight.
I would definitely will. I definitely will because I actually want to see it my damn self. So, what position did most of the guys mostly taking in? Do we take it in doggy or missionary?
Um, they take. I prefer uh to bend them over because I like bending over the actual patriarchy and fucking it.
Face in the dirt. Face in the dirt. Go ahead.
I think there's some ancestor veneration happening there when I do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Just
So
for
that's
all
a
the
big
times you
part of it.
fucked us, you son of a bitch.
Yep. Yes, yes, yes. But
Oh
anyways.
God.
Yeah, that's their favorite because that's them being me
Mm,
being in power, and that's what they like. They admire it. They feel great about it. But I personally,
mm.
I like to sit down and have them ride it. I want to see booties
Yeah, I was
like
gonna ask you
what.
that.
That's my favorite. I like to watch them slide in and out. Like, it's so hot.
They be
It's so
twerking
hot.
on the dick.
Yep.
They be twerking on the dick. Oh God.
Hmm. It's beautiful. Guys have cute butts too. Like, I love it.
See that why I said it's just the image. If I saw it, would be having me dying out laughing, and it's nothing against the guy. It's just seeing a guy, especially one that's like real masculine, and he's being dominated like that, doggy style. Yeah, it is funny. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna lie to it. It's not that I'm looking at him, looking down on him. No, it's just an image you just don't see all the time.
Yeah, and I honestly I feel like every time that I bend over a man, it's contributing to like people feeling
Mm-hmm.
much better about power dynamics being redistributed.
Mm-hmm. So, which is
So,
better to strap on to, a man or a woman?
oh man, that's so hard because each of them has like great things to it. Women ask me to be their boyfriends afterwards, uh, which is really a compliment. Like I feel so blessed, like that they feel that way, that I made them feel like that. It's the best. But what I love about men is that I get to be the person that changes their whole life forever because I just made them question everything. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my favorite part about it with men and women. It's just, I mean, are you kidding me? They're beautiful. They're letting me fuck them. What? Oh, it's a choose me. Like I feel like a
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon. Like what?
Cause like I said before, it's what I hate is when people judge someone's sexuality and stuff because everybody's different. Everybody doesn't think the same or believe the same or what have you. And to me, long as you happy and you enjoying life, who gives a fuck? That
Right.
you know, period out this piece. Man, we didn't talk about a lot. We didn't talk about a lot of shit. Ain't talked about it. Still ain't hit the iceberg.
No, that's okay because
So,
the younger generations are having these talks at,
mm-hmm,
as teenagers and growing up already feeling like these things are good and no perceived notions, like it's
mm-hmm,
just them exploring, trying, discussing with each other. And like it makes me feel like if we had just said, hey, are you into this, that maybe
mm-hmm,
we would have that too. We would have like the, I don't know, the comfort with each other
mm-hmm.
to be ourselves a little more, because I feel like people at my age and a little bit older, they don't feel like they have permission to be themselves.
Yeah, or shamed of being themselves.
Yep,
That's where
or
a lot of this
chained
come
to,
from.
yeah, or chained
Yeah.
to this like idea of what they have to be,
Mm-hmm.
almost forced into it, like Stockholm syndrome. Like if you're not even happy like this, what are you doing? Like if you're a perpetual cheater, maybe you're poly. Like come on,
Yeah, because I said this. I said all men to a certain extent want to be in an open relationship or want to be poly. It's
well,
just
we
some of
our
them is
ancestors
just
lived that
narcissistic with
way.
it.
you know
Mm-hmm.
our ancestors had multiple people. Like, let's be real. If that was what we came from, and then we were forced into another thing that wasn't natural to us, then
Yeah.
of course our bodies and our souls are rejecting it. And we're still
But
trying to
see,
fit
but
into
see,
society, and it doesn't work.
but see, what happened is because I even said this in my episode. I said before Christianity, there was no such thing as homosexuality. There was no shaming of homosexuality.
Nope.
In some nomadic tribes in the Middle East, yes, but not as a whole.
No.
In different civilizations. Look at Rome. The origin
Yeah, we didn't
was
even have
everybody.
genders in my native culture. We didn't have that. Everybody was
Mhm.
equal. Women were the same to men, men were the same to women, and we had other genders. We had other people who were different that didn't fit any role, and they were called shamans and medicine women and
Yeah,
brujas. Like,
yeah.
so
See, it's just what, like I said before, it's God dang. I don't even want to go into no religious conversation in this one, but like I said,
it's not religious. This is just like, this is facts. This is that
oh,
was here before. Christianity
mm,
brought a different story, and everybody had
yeah,
to convert. And now here we are, when people that don't have that as a background are practicing something that's a lie to them, and they don't
Yeah.
even know it. They don't even know it because
Yeah.
they don't have access to the ancestors. But that's not natural for a lot of cultures, and we're being forced into something that it goes against what we are and how we feel and what's our reality, and we're lying to ourselves. But
Yeah.
that's a conversation for the future because people are not ready to have that one yet.
Oh yeah, you're gonna come back to the episode. You're gonna come back for an episode of that too.
Yeah, we
But
got to talk about that monogamy and polyamory and
yeah.
ancestry.
Oh yeah. Oh. See, there she goes. She just gave the title for the next episode she's gonna be on.
Oops,
Now,
I created
with
another thing. Damn it.
see, because to me, monogamy is mental, not necessarily physical, and that's a
Yeah, of
conversation for
course.
another day
That's
for
the
me.
thing. That's
Yeah.
that hurts my heart so much that people think that polyamory is just hypersexuality. No, it is the ability to wholeheartedly, with your whole soul, love multiple people. And love is not sex. Love is way wider. Love is like a football field, and sex is like the players or like a post. Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
That is just one of the doors that you walk through. That yeah,
Because I think, because like I said, it's just realize as a country we still young.
absolutely. Little
So
babies,
certain,
not even
so
teenagers yet.
yeah, so certain ideals that other countries has adopted that is a little bit further along and more progressive than us, we're trying to catch up to.
Yes.
Because if you think about 10 years ago, like I was telling somebody a while back, I said when I was in high school, you never see two women kiss. Now you go to my high school, they tonguing each other down in the halls like it's nothing. Um,
I'm
you
so
see
happy
more
that it's
interracial.
changing. It's so
Yeah.
beautiful because so many kids are not going to be confused and turn to suicide because they don't see themselves or relate to anybody and feel so alone because they don't have any representation of how they love or how they see themselves. And it's really ugly what we've done to previous generations that didn't have
Mm-hmm.
representation like this. It's just
It's,
representation is so important. It saves
mm-hmm.
lives. It saves.
Mm-hmm. And one thing that people will it's y'all can look it up on the census. They basically said it's been a rise in mixed interracial kids, and
Mhm.
the white race is going down a little bit in numbers. So things are slowly changing, people.
Yeah.
You
And
either
here's the
change with
thing.
the times or stay in the back and get left behind. Go ahead.
We all come from people who valued, okay, in my tribe, let me not talk for everybody. In my tribe,
Mm-hmm.
it was an honor to marry your children if you were a leader
Mm-hmm.
to another tribe because the mixing of people and knowledge and trade, all of it is for the betterment of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Like we knew the importance of putting our collective energies together and becoming better. That isn't that the point of evolution? So that we come from people who knew that not sticking to one certain place was safe. Like we knew that we couldn't do that. We couldn't just continue to just populate ourselves with our relatives. That's bad. That
Yeah.
doesn't make things get better. It
Oh
I
God.
guess we didn't understand genetics back then, but we saw it in how the babies were born. And
Mm-hmm.
and it's important because one group could have the ability to build canoes. Another group could have the ability to make a wheel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it cannot people cannot tell me it's a coincidence that so many different cultures share the same things. We definitely were, about teaching each other, about
Mm-hmm.
sharing spaces together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful. We shouldn't be
Yeah.
afraid of intermingling. I think it's the most beautiful thing. I think we
Yes,
need to
because the one
respect
thing
it
I
and
can
not
say,
fetishize it either.
yeah, because I think in this day and age, I love the fact that people are more open. I love
Absolutely.
the fact that people and not just open as in on the internet and all that shit. No, I ain't talking about that. Open minded.
Yes.
Because the age I come from, no,
I mean, well, listen
no.
to all the music we the music that we love has
Mm-hmm.
messages in it. All I
Mm-hmm.
mean, anybody who had a platform before would insert things to make sure that people would have open minds. I mean, for
Mm-hmm.
me, I realized that when Celia Cruz, for me, is a an artist I grew up listening to in Colombia with my mom. She loved
Mm-hmm.
her, and her lyrics are literal. Like she tells stories of rebellions, uh, of different cultures in
Mm-hmm.
our lands, and it's
Mm-hmm.
beautiful that I got to have a history lesson by listening to music that we all adored. And so she implanted that in my head, all of these little stories, so I could continue to um, not forget where we came from. And I think it's beautiful because in the grand scheme of things, all this open mindedness, that's us going backwards to how it used to
Mm-hmm.
be, which was beautiful.
Yeah,
So
so true.
I love how everybody is waking up to the fact that a lot of the things weren't taught to us and a lot of things were withheld from us. And now we're integrating it. And it's beautiful. It's really
Yeah.
a sight to behold.
You can say that 3 times over, never get old. Tell everybody where they can find you, baby.
Um, I can be found on Pornhub. It's the Fetish Fairy Godmother. Um, I will I will have all of the information on there on where to go. I'll post it in the I'll make my last post on there all of the places you can find me. But that's my
Mm-hmm.
main page is Pornhub. From there, I have a lot of other places. Same username on Twitter, same username on Instagram, same username on OnlyFans, on FetLife. I'm almost on every site there is that has to do with fun, kinky sex.
Yes. She is truly a killer queen.
Yes. Oh, and my TikTok is multi-dimensional woman.
Ooh. See, I like you already. See, I'm looking forward to the next show we do together. Most definitely. Most
Me
definitely.
too.
Life is a learning experience. What's the point of experience? You didn't learn anything, people. Smoke that over. Thank you for coming to the lounge, baby girl.
Thank you for having